So this one's from The Athletic. What every team should be worried about entering training camp. The Browns. What will they get from Deshaun Watson? Watson set to play 2024 on a record salary cap number $63.9 million deal. The Browns as a whole have become an older team. It's not that Watson has to be phenomenal in September, but by the back half of the season, we'll probably know if he can finally deliver big returns or if the Browns' spending might yield only mediocre results. Yeah, you know what? I think the biggest question mark in the entire NFL is probably Deshaun Watson and what he does at quarterback. And I always come back to this, and I've asked this of a number of people. I don't, I can't find a quarterback who was really good, 3 Pro Bowl years, and then barring some catastrophic injury, which Deshaun Watson hasn't had, just lost it. 3 really good years and then just couldn't play at the end. So that kind of leads me to believe he's going to get back to the caliber of quarterback that the Browns thought they were getting when they traded for him.
Yeah, and obviously you talk about, coming off a shoulder surgery. Now, granted, all the reports from minicamp say that his arm looked good. Obviously, he was throwing a couple 50-yard passes on the last day of minicamp, so the arm seems like it's in pretty good shape. I think with the Browns, obviously there's reason to expect Deshaun Watson to struggle, but then again, you look at the early part of the schedule, there is some soft landing to kind of start the season. I know the Cowboys are week 1, but they made a lot of changes on defense. They lost Dan Quinn. They lost quite a few pieces on that defense. The Jaguars, Giants, and Raiders certainly are very beatable defensively. The Commanders, they've got some interesting young pieces on defense. They can certainly create pressure for Deshaun Watson, but I think the way the schedule is certainly set up is Deshaun Watson doesn't need to be great early, like they were saying in that blurb there. He doesn't need to be great right away. He just kind of needs to get his feet under and be solid and contribute to winning football. And in a lot of ways, in the first 3 games he was playing, particularly the Titans game and in some ways the Bengals game, I know didn't really have a great game in Cincinnati against the Bengals, granted because of the weather, but he did enough things in pretty much all the games he played, with the exception of the Colts and Steelers game. Those other 4 games, he did enough things to help the team win. And the biggest thing is, if he's struggling, he can't be a reason the team loses. He just needs to continue to stay on the field, keep himself healthy, and eventually find his rhythm. Because when he does, is when the schedule gets tougher, and that's when they may need Pro Bowl Deshaun Watson to show up more than he has so far. Although, considering what he just came back from the second half in Baltimore, it's about as good a sign as they could have asked for heading into his injury.